Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to my M10 Monochrome unboxing. My name is Braxton Miller, and I go by @ill_mill on Instagram. I received this camera from my friends at Leica Store Las Vegas, so a big shout out to my guys over there. Let's start with the unboxing. They added one of the most recent copies of the LFI magazine, and of course everything was packed extremely well. Here's the main packaging. I'm going to speed up some of this footage so we can get to the camera unboxing itself. The Leica packaging generally will have 3 shelves. The top one will house the camera. The second one will house your quick start guide, 3-month Lightroom subscription, 1-year Leica International Society membership, and a card documenting who checked and who packed the camera. The bottom shelf contains various cords, charger, strap, and battery. In my experience, the strap is okay, but I would get a third-party strap for optimal comfort. I would also advise getting a secondary battery. The battery life is great because it doesn't have an EVF, but you never know when you'll be in a pinch. Now, here, onto the main event. The M10 Monochrome shares a lot of the same things as the M10P Black, like the shutter, touchscreen, menu button system, and lack of a red dot. However, there are a few key differences, the main being the newly built from the ground up sensor. It is a 40 megapixel black and white CMOS sensor, and there is no color array filter over it. So Leica boasts it to yield better detail, higher dynamic range, and better ISO performance because there are less layers for the light to pass through. Now here we will go to the startup menu, where we will set up the time zone, date, and time. On to a close-up of the top of the camera. As you can see, it lacks the top plate white script found on the M10P. Instead, it has a very low-key monochrome engraving. The shutter dial is also slightly different. It has a gray A for aperture mode, as well as a gray flash icon. The ISO dial also has a gray A for auto ISO. The ISO dial is from a base ISO of 160 to 12.5K, which is a stop higher than the M10P. I am one that is usually very comfortable bumping up ISO to get a little bit more digital grain, so it will be interesting to see how the sensor handles that. Here on the back, we will go into live view, where it pulls the curtain up and shows a preview of the image. It also senses when you are focusing and punches in to help you achieve focus. It can be set with some custom layouts such as grid, level, and histogram. Using this live view feature too often will drain more of your battery life though, so that is something to be aware of. The play button will play back media. We have no card in, so there is nothing to display. On to the menu system. Our first page is our favorites. You can set this to have whatever settings you use the most here on this page. Going deeper into the menu, we have Jpeg Settings. A new setting that I'm not very familiar with is the toning page. I will be very interested to play around with that for a little bit. Feel free to leave a comment if you would like to see a video on it. If you do not have a 6-bit lens, you can manually enter it here. I generally shoot my non-6-bit 35mm Summicron, which I'm setting now. You have a few file preferences here: DNG, DNG plus JPEG, and JPEG. I will also be looking more into the shading tab in the future. Onto the front. You can see it adorns no red dot, just the screw, same as the M10P. The bottom plate here is reminiscent of the 35mm film days, but on this camera, it is where you put the battery and SD card. That wraps up the close-up look and the unboxing. Thank you for watching. I have a little outro that I did for this camera that you can see after this. If you have any questions, want to see sample images, or how I make images with it, leave a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Leica content. Thank you and enjoy.